Some big news right now for cryptocurrency. Microsoft is now testing a built-in crypto wallet for the Edge browser, potentially one of the biggest and most underrated moves that we have seen from a major company regarding crypto in months. This at the same time as we have now seen a huge portion of the crypto market doing very dang well. In the last 7 days, Bitcoin is now up to $27,000. We are seeing BTC breaking out at the moment. And here's what's so good about BTC breaking out. Dogecoin is not just about to follow it, it's about to eclipse it. We have seen Dogecoin holding back to some degree right now, which is why it's the perfect time. If you're looking to acquire some more Dogecoin, it's the perfect time to do that. The best time to buy Dogecoin is always when we have just seen a Bitcoin spike, and that's exactly where we are right now. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with the notifications on for real-time updates about the most important things in the financial world. And you can also go down there and press the like button if you would like to. If you would not like to, then do not do that. It is entirely based on your own decision there. Please do it though. I'm begging you. I'm begging. Just press it. I'm begging you. Please. Just press it one time, please. Now to private messaging. Trojanized WhatsApp and Telegram apps to go after cryptocurrency wallet. This right here is one thing that you do need to be scared of though, because you don't want your money taken from you. What's better? Pressing the like button or having all of your money taken from you? Obviously, pressing the like button is significantly better than that, because having all of your money taken from you, all of your crypto stolen, is possibly the worst thing that can ever happen. At least financially. I mean, there's plenty of worse things outside of that, I guess, that could happen. But still, ESET researchers have discovered dozens of copycat Telegram and WhatsApp websites that are now targeting mainly Android and Windows users with Trojanized versions of instant messaging apps, which means you can download WhatsApp, Telegram, and they can then have access to your photos. Then they have software that will scan through them and find cryptocurrency wallet seed phrases. Then they can take all of your money and ride off into the night, and there's nothing you can really do to stop it or get your money back at that point, which really sucks. It's not fun. So if that is something you're worried about, the two things you can do: number one, be extremely careful when you download apps. Number two, keep your seed phrases secure and safe. Don't keep it even in your home. If you have the option to keep it somewhere safer than that, keep it in a safe somewhere that no one will ever know where it is, especially if you have a lot of cryptocurrency. Not at your house, not anywhere anyone would guess. Keep your crypto safe in a safe with seed phrase. Do not risk having it on your phone or on your computer. That's the way to get screwed out of your funds, unfortunately, there. But yeah, there's no question about that. There's absolutely no question about that. As we've also seen this. Take a look. America's 401k millionaires have plunged by 1/3. This right here is very, very, very unfortunate to see. You can take a look for yourself. With 1 million or more 401k accounts fell 32% in the last year, from 299,000 all the way to that from 442,000 in 2021. So a huge fall of the amount of accounts that had that amount in it, which, by the way, only around 1.4% of 401k accounts do have more than 1 million, so it's not this massive swath of them, but that's still a significant decrease. Fidelity also noted a significant decline in accounts IRA regarding with at least 1 million of assets, down 25% from a year earlier. This right here is a tax on everyone. This is a tax on the poor, this is a tax on the rich, this is a tax on the middle class. And so when you hear politicians say, we're not going to raise your taxes, well, if they print a bunch of new money, that's the same exact thing as raising your taxes, because it just takes money out of your bank account, out of your pocketbook, without even giving you a choice, or without even directly saying it. That's why politicians are so shady. There's absolutely no way to justify going insanely into debt. There's no way to justify that. The cost is always going to be way more significant than the reward, because the government is a very inefficient mechanism for wealth distribution and for distribution of resources. The government will never be good enough at that to make it worth it to go into debt for any reason whatsoever. It's just simply not worth it, at least not for any long period of time. There's only two cases where it's worth it: an emergency, but if you've already gone into debt so much before the emergency, then you're really in a bad position. And the other case is there are some times when the government can invest in things that actually help. Government typically not very good at that either. So what you want is a smaller government, not high taxes, and not the government having to be the one to decide where the money goes and what is spent on. And you will have a way better society as a result of that. It's not even really a close call. You don't have to worry so much about them screwing things up. We also saw Elon Musk responding to this on Twitter with a laughing emoji. Donald Trump is now being looked at for an investigation, right? So we are seeing the point where politics has now become emotional on such a large scale that the hate for one politician is leading to a potential arrest of that person. That's Donald Trump. And there's a lot of question marks about this because they not only increased his charges from a misdemeanor to a felony, but they're also doing this in a way that is clearly biased and it's not equal treatment under the law, which is definitely scary. Now, you don't have to like Donald Trump to say that this shouldn't be the case in any country, that you can have your own political opinions and your political party be the detrimental factor in you having legal action taken against you. Anytime that's the case, it's scary, and I've yet to see anyone make a case that Donald Trump would be having this treatment still the same if he was not having it based on his political affiliation. It's definitely scary. Elon Musk, responding to the laughing emoji. People use all caps are insufferable. I mean, look, people who use all caps are perhaps just simply excited. Come on, Jason. Come on, man. But at the end of the day, is Donald Trump a better candidate than Ron DeSantis? I personally don't think that Republicans would be smarter to nominate Donald Trump over Ron DeSantis, and the reason for that is twofold: age and the fact that Donald Trump did spend too much money on a number of things, and we cannot afford under any circumstances to have a president spend too much money again, or else we are very much screwed. We have a little bit of a chance to maybe decrease the impact of the massive recession that's coming, so whatever increases the chances the most of making sure we do not have reckless politicians like Joe Biden and even Donald Trump to some degree, and Obama for sure. All three of them have done reckless things for the economy, and I hate to be the one saying this. I wish I didn't have to. I get it. That is an extremely unpopular opinion to have because everyone wants to be on a side. That's more fun. I know it is. It's just more fun. But the truth is, and I can take the time. I know I'm just saying that. Well, show me the evidence. I can. I mean, I can go through each specific thing, which I have done before, and I will make a show where I go over each specific thing that was overspending and could have been avoided. But at the end of the day, there's no excuse to go that much into debt every single year. It's just not an excuse. And so we need to have someone who is younger and who is going to be here for the long run and who is very invested in making sure that we do not spend too much money. And Trump did have a chance to do that, and he did spend too much, period. Now, he was more efficient because he did also decrease taxes, so he spent too much, but by decreasing taxes, it should have been more that he went into debt, and he didn't. So he did have a little bit more efficiency than Obama, just based solely on the numbers, but that doesn't excuse the fact that he still went significantly into debt, because it wasn't appropriate to do the amount of tax cuts he did that quickly without being able to restructure the spending at the same rate. And that's an awful thing to say in every single way, but it's still very true regardless. And that is why I think Ron DeSantis, at least maybe he would also screw it up. Maybe he also wouldn't do a good job. But we know Donald Trump is going to spend too much if he gets elected. We know Joe Biden's going to spend too much if he gets elected. Now forget, maybe you like them as a person, Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Maybe you love the way they talk. You love the things they are advocating for. But at the end of the day, I'm going to vote for whoever I think has the highest chance of fixing the economy. And if I know for a fact they're going to spend too much, I don't want them to be the person that's elected. Now, if it does become Donald Trump or Joe Biden as the two people who are nominated, then we can have a different conversation as to who will be worse for the economy. But if we have an option that could potentially do better, meaning Ron DeSantis or Eric Adams on the Democrat side, I think those two should be the nominees rather than the one who's the most popular in other ways. Social issues, especially Donald Trump is very popular, and even Biden has gained some popularity amongst the left on some of those types of issues. But the most important thing the federal government can do is the economy, and I will take that to my grave. That is always what I'm going to harp down on no matter what. And I don't care if I love a person, I hate a person, if they're going to screw up our economic future in any capacity, even if it's a much smaller capacity than other presidents, I'm still going to be harsh on them. Because they deserve that, because we are going to see significant problems within our lifetime already as a result of this, and we have a chance to decrease the impact of it, but we can't even avoid it now. It's inevitable, and it sucks. And part of that you're already feeling with inflation, you're already feeling with the housing market, you're already feeling in so many sectors of the economy, with your 401k going down massively if you're older, even if you're not, your stock markets, your crypto, everything's fallen, and we're feeling the effects of that. Already, it's going to get way worse though, very fast, and perhaps there are some minds that are capable of fixing it, and that's all I want to see, regardless of anything else. Someone said Trump 2024, coming in from Avenger. Someone said DeSantis is sent to divide Republican vote, so Dems win by default, says Josh. Yeah, but keep in mind, I mean, there's Biden versus Bernie. I mean, there's always going to be animosity. It's actually good for a party to have the fight first. It helped Joe Biden massively to have such a strong opponent in Bernie Sanders. It helped Donald Trump to have a few opponents that were pretty well known and were actually pointing ahead of him at first. It always helps when you have people attacking you first, because then a lot of that gets out of the way and you don't have to worry about it in the general, where those attacks are going to come no matter what. And if they already have exercised all of the attacks on you, there's not really much more that can be said. Just something to keep in mind there. But someone said, so Trump going to jail and Bill Gates still at large. SMH. Yeah, Bill Gates can literally commit extreme crimes. Meanwhile, what they're alleging Trump did is paying off Stormy, and they're saying that's a campaign finance violation, even though he did use his own money, if you want to know the details on that. That could technically be considered a misdemeanor if you want to prosecute for it, but a lot of people get away with that and are never prosecuted for it, and it does seem like, undeniably, this is a political-based targeting. If he wasn't someone they opposed politically, they wouldn't have raised it from a misdemeanor to a felony. So it's just that simple. At the end of the day, this is definitely something that makes me lose faith in the justice system in the United States, unfortunately. And I hope that changes, but for now, it is the case. Mr. Matt Wallace, how have you been the last couple years watching you? I now watch every video you post on the Final Stand. Matt Wallace Millionaire to the moon as well, says Chris. I appreciate that, Chris. We're trying to build on Matt Wallace Millionaire. Having fun with that. Getting a lot of views on there. Anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I'll see you in the next video.